जरा हल्के गाड़ी हाँको, जरा हल्के गाड़ी हाँको मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले।
जरा हल्के गाड़ी हाँको मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले।
जरा धीरे धीरे गाड़ी हाँको मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले।
जरा धीरे धीरे गाड़ी हाँको मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले।
जरा होले होले गाड़ी हाँको मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले।
जरा होले होले गाड़ी हाँको मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले।
गाड़ी मारी रंग रंगीली पैया है लाल गुलाल।
गाड़ी मारी रंग नीली पैया है लाल गुलाल।
गाड़ी मारी रंग रंगीली पैया है लाल गुलाल।
गाड़ी मारी रंग रंगीली पैया है लाल गुलाल।
हाकन वाली चहल चबीली
हाकन वाली चहल चबीली बैठन वाला राम।
हाकन वाली चहल चबीली बैठन वाला राम।
हाकन वाली चहल चबीली बैठन वाला राम।
भैया हल्के गाड़ी हाँको मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले।
भैया हल्के गाड़ी हाँको मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले।
अरे भोले भोले गाड़ी हाँको मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले।
जरा होले होले गाड़ी हाँको मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले।
गाड़ी अटकी रेत में वही मजल परी है दूर।
गाड़ी अटकी रेत में भाई मजल परी है दूर।
गाड़ी अटकी रेत में वही मजल परी है दूर।
गाड़ी अटकी रेत में भाई मजल परी है दूर।
धर्मी धर्मी पार उतर गया पापी चकनाचूर।
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 भैया हल्के गाड़ी हाँको मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले।
भैया हल्के गाड़ी हाँको मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले।
जरा धीरे धीरे गाड़ी हाँको मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले।
जरा धीरे धीरे गाड़ी हाँको मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले।
जरा होले होले गाड़ी हाँको मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले।
जरा होले होले गाड़ी हाँको मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले।
देश देश का बैद बुलाया लाया जड़ी और बूटी।
देश देश का वैद्य बुलाया लाया जड़ी और बूटी।
देश देश का बैद बुलाया लाया जड़ी और बूटी।
देश देश का वैद्य बुलाया लाया जड़ी और बूटी।
जड़ी बूटी तेरे काम न आए जब राम के घर की टूटी।
जड़ी बूटी तेरे काम न आए जब राम के घर की टूटी।
जड़ी बूटी तेरे काम न आए जब राम के घर की टूटी।
जड़ी बूटी तेरे काम न आए जब राम के घर की टूटी।
भैया हल्के गाड़ी हाँको मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले।
भैया हल्के गाड़ी हाँको मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले।
जरा होले होले गाड़ी हाँको मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले।
जरा होले होले गाड़ी हाँको मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले।
चार जने मिल मतो उठायो बांधी काट की घोड़ी।
चार जने मिल मतो उठायो बांधी काट की घोड़ी।
चार जने मिल मतो उठायो बांधी काट की घोड़ी। रखियां फूंक दीनी जैसी होली।
ले जाकर मरघट पे रखियो होली।
ले जाकर मरघट पे रखियां फूंक दीनी जैसी होली।
ले जाकर मरघट पे रखिया फूंक दीनी जैसे होली।
भैया हल्के गारी हाँ को मेरे राम गारी वाले।
भैया हल्के गारी हाँ को मेरे राम गारी वाले।
जरा होले होले गारी हाँ को मेरे राम गारी वाले।
जरा होले होले गारी हाँ को मेरे राम गारी वाले।
बिलख बिलख कर तिरिया रोवे बिछड़ गई मेरी जोरी।
बिलक बिलक तिरिया रोवे बिछड़ गई मेरी जोड़ी।
बिलख बिलख कर तिरिया रोवे रोवे बिछड़ गई मेरी जोरी।
बिलक बिलक कर तिरिया रोवे बिछड़ गई मेरी जोड़ी।
कहे कबीर सुनो भाई साधो जिन जोरी तिन तोड़ी।
कहे कबीर सुनो भाई साधो जिन जोड़ी तिन तोड़ी।
कबीर सुनो भाई साधो जिन जोरी तिन तोड़ी।
कहे कबीर सुनो भाई साधो जिन जोड़ी तिन तोड़ी।
भैया हल्के गारी हाँ को मेरे राम गारी वाले।
भैया हल्के गारी हाँ को मेरे राम गारी वाले।
जरा होले होले गारी हाँ को मेरे राम गारी वाले।
जरा होले होले गारी हाँ को मेरे राम गारी वाले।
जरा धीरे धीरे गारी हाँ को मेरे राम गारी वाले।
जरा धीरे धीरे गारी हाँ को मेरे राम गारी वाले।
राधे 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 गोविंद।
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 कृष्ण मुकुंद
कृष्ण मुकुंद
बाल गोविंद।
बाल गोविंद।
ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुदेवाय नमः। ओम पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणे ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दुग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्स सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। हरि ओम्। धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः।
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण।
धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः।
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण।
मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव किमकुर्वत सञ्जय।
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण।
मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव किमकुर्वत सञ्जय।
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण।
धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः।
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण।
धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः।
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण।
मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव किमकुर्वत सञ्जय।
जय श्री
कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण।
तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया।
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण।
तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया।
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण।
उपदेक्ष्यन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनस्तत्त्वदर्शिनः।
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण।
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण।
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण।
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण।
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण।
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण।
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण।
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण।
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण।
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण।
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण।
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण।
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण।
जय श्री कृष्ण जय हरे कृष्ण।
कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय। Okay, so as the MC was telling in the beginning, we are seeing Srimad Bhagavad Gita in 108 temples across Guyana. So this is the 81st temple tonight, and we have reached today. We have to start chapter 14. We finished 13 chapters. And in Bhagavad Gita, don't worry, there are only 18 chapters, luckily. So we are getting down to the end. All right. So chapter 14, of course, follows from chapter 13. You know, suppose somebody tells you to make roti, you have to put together flour and water, correct? First, you have to put together flour and water. But if that is all that they tell you, well, I don't know what you will end up making. You have to put together flour and water. So that requires some more explanation, isn't it? Or some demonstration, or some, elaboration. Because just to tell you, okay, flour and water, then that will not cut it. You might end up making lapsi, or you might end up making some other thing. So Bhagavan had said in the 13th chapter, let me chant this verse and I'll tell you what. From there it follows. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Yavat sanjayate kinchit Sattvam sthavar jangamam.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Kshetra kshetrajna sanyoga tadvidhi bharatarshava.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Kanaya Lal ki jai. Yavat sanjayate kinchit sattvam sthavar jangam. Anything which is born in this world is born from the two aspects of Paramatma. One aspect is called as kshetra and one aspect is called as kshetrajna. And Bhagavan used two other words also. One aspect is called as Prakriti and one aspect is called as Purusha. And in Vedanta, in the Upanishads and everywhere, again you will hear two words. One is called as Brahman and the other is called as Maya. So there will be so many words that you will be hearing. So anyway, the summary of all of that is, everything in the world is born from the coming together of two aspects of Paramatma. One aspect of Paramatma is called the absolute unchanging Brahman, and the other aspect of Paramatma is called as his Maya. Sometimes called his Prakriti, sometimes called his Pradhan. So many words are given for that. That is a changing aspect. So, and the easier way to understand that now and further is, in this world, everything is made up of a changing part, a part which is changing, and a part which is not changing. And let me give you an example for that. You know, when you used to be in primary school, and they used to give, in our time they used to call it plasticine. I don't know what you call it in your time in school, but plasticine nowadays in preschool and all, they are calling it Play-Doh. Play-Doh, you know? Is it there in school here also? Yes, right. So now, every day the children come, they give the same Play-Doh to the children. And every day the children make something new with that Play-Doh, right? So one day the boy comes to school and he takes the Play-Doh and he makes a donkey. And next day he makes a frog. Next day he makes a dog. Next day he makes a hog. So every day he comes, he makes something else with that Play-Doh. So the name and form goes on changing every day. One day the name is dog, one day the name is frog, one day the name is hog, right? Name goes on changing. And the form is the shape, also goes on changing or not? Goes on changing all the time. So then, the thing there, every day, some name and form is changing, but the Play-Doh remains the same. That thing doesn't change. Well, that is true for every single thing in this universe. So what is the Play-Doh for the universe? It is called as Sat, Chit, Anand. You have heard that? The Play-Doh for the universe is Sat, Chit, Anand. And if you don't want like all of those words, just say Sat. Existence. The whole universe is made from one Play-Doh only. But then all the names and forms, you have one name and form. I have one name and form. This thing has another name and form. And everything in the universe has the space also. Different name and form. But everything is made up from the one Sat. Sat is called as existence in English. You see? So everything in the world is made up of the same. Now, one question will arise. So that's why Bhagavan, that's why I went back to that verse. Yavat sanjayate kinchit sattvam sthavar jangama. Moving on, moving thing. Everything is made up from these two aspects of Paramatma. Here, the two names which are given are Kshetra and Kshetragnya. Kshetragnya. Right? Of course, there are many technical things in that also. But you will study that when you go to live in an ashram only. No. For easy understanding, this thing, right? So the question which arises now is very simple thing. If everything is made up of the same thing, right? Means the changing aspect, we say, is divided into 5. What is it? It is divided into space, air, fire, water, and earth. 5 elements. Okay. So everything in the world which we see in front of us is made up of these 5 elements, and they're all changing. And the other aspect of Paramatma is there also, which enlivens everything. The life aspect, the unchanging aspect. Now, how come you look different, and I look different, and everybody look different, even though we are all made up from the same thing? There's a big question, isn't it? Well, that is easy to understand also. Look here. When the children get the Play-Doh in the classroom, right? Even though the Play-Doh remains the same, each child, based on what he has in his mind, think about this, based on what he has in his mind. And like I don't know how you were in school, but I was terrible at that. Other fellow could make a nice dog or make a nice elephant or something. And when I finished, the teacher does not know what I made. You can't record. I myself don't know what I made. But I was so bad at making these forms and all. You see. But depending on what each child has in his head, that is what is going to manifest on the Play-Doh, isn't it? So the Play-Doh will remain same, but the form that will eventually arise on that Play-Doh, the form that will eventually be superimposed on that Play-Doh, that will all depend on what is there in the mind of the child. So Play-Doh remains constant, unchanging. But the forms go on changing. And the forms go on changing based on something now. And 2 boys will make dogs. But the 2 dogs will look different. One will make a chihuahua. And one will make a poodle. Because in his mind a chihuahua is there and the other one is a poodle is there. So, we all look different now. This is the question. Even though we are all made up from the same thing, how come we all look different? And how come we all appear and think different and so many things? Our body, mind, intellect, all made up of the same 5 elements. Everything is different. Well, that is a very simple thing, you see. I'll give you an example. Look here. They say that we have 3, they used to teach us this in school. I remember doing this in school also. We have 3 basic colors. What were the 3 basic colors? Red, yellow, and blue or something? Red, yellow, and blue. These are the basic fundamental colors. Now, from 3 basic colors, how many colors we made in school? Oh, bapre. This got infinite on this side and infinite on that side, isn't it? From these 3 colors, we can make any number of colors. So in the very same way, from the 5 elements, and the 5 elements, now this is all a little bit technical things, no? The 5 elements also have in them, look, listen to this now. What are the 5 elements? Space, air, fire, water, earth. Huh? They also have a sattvic aspect, 5 elements, a rajasic aspect, and a tamasic aspect. So now, all of us are made up of 5 elements, and we are made up of the 5 elements which make us up. One variation is space will be more in some, air will be more in some, fire will be more in some, water will be more in some, earth will be more in, like there are variations now in the 5 elements. No, because all 3 of them, 5 elements, they have sattva, rajas and tamas. Now more variations. Oh, Bapre. So now let me just give you an example. It's a complicated mathematics now. Let me give you an example. So suppose my space, air, fire, and water, and earth, all 5 of them is equal. This is just mathematics. So 1 part space, 1 part air, 1 part fire, 1 part water, 1 part earth. Equal. And then yours also is equal. Anybody who is sitting here. So both of us are made up of the same space, air, fire, one in the same proportion also. But now, my space is more sattvic, and your space is more rajasic. Now there's a difference between 2 of us or not now? Well, there will be difference now. Difference started coming in. My space will be more sattvic, yours will be more rajasic, or more tamasic, or vice versa, or whatever, all mixed. So now, first of all, variation can come in the space, air, fire, water, and earth. Mine is more, yours is less. Then, even though we may have the 2 same amount of fire, let us say, then my fire is more sattvic, your fire is more rajasic. My fire is more tamasic, your fire is more sattvic, whatever. So combination and permutation now, from 3 colors, if we can make infinite colors, now from this 5 and 3, 8, how many combinations we can make now? That is why jivas are infinite. And infinite, what we call, distribution of these 5 elements, and 3 gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas. So now, this chapter is going to speak about this combination. So why I started in the beginning by telling you, Bhagavan says here in the 13th chapter, which we just saw, yavat sanjayate, kinchit yavat sanjayate, sattvam stavara jangamam. Whatever is made in this world is made from these 2 aspects. And I cannot just tell you, okay, roti is made from water and flour, and finish. Now that has to be explained in detail. So the 2 aspects there now, which Bhagavan was talking about, now he's going to tell this thing in detail in this 14th chapter. Now the detail is, he's going to tell this changing part, the 2 aspects of unchanging and changing part. This changing part is made up of what? And how our life is conducted based on this, and so many things about this changing part. Big chapter now on this 3 gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas. So Bhagavan introduces this whole thing here now, and I will explain to you as we go along what exactly sattva, rajas and tamas. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, verse number 1 of the 14th chapter. 6:30. We have to finish at 7:30. Every day is a different time, so I have to keep watching. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Sab gaiye.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Param Bhuya प्रवक्ष्यामि ज्ञानानां ज्ञानमुत्तमम्
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
यज्ञात्वा मुनयः सर्वे परां सिद्धिमितो गताः
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
इदं ज्ञानमुपाश्रित्य मम साधर्म्यमागतः
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
सर्गेऽपि नोपजायन्ते प्रलयेन व्यथन्ति च
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
मम यो निर्महद्ब्रह्म तस्मिन् गर्भं दधाम्यहम्
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
सम्भव सर्वभूतानां ततो भवति भारत
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय परम भूय प्रवक्ष्यामि ज्ञानानां ज्ञानमुत्तमम् See, Bhagavan goes on repeating to Arjuna and he says again, Bhuyaha, my dear, again I will tell you. Why? Bhagavan has to go over and over in this Bhagavad Gita, he tells her again and again and again and again. Because practice makes perfect. And because all jivas like you and I, our air is hard. Correct? No, look here. How many times your parents have to tell you one thing over and over, and still we don't learn. One day, this is a real story. One day, when I was living in India, I used to get up in the morning and chant, Vedic mantras and this and that. So some lady from Denmark or Finland, or I don't know where she had come from. She passed by there and she heard the chanting. So she came. And she said, Hareva, this thing is so nice. Can you teach me this? I said, okay, take it, you come. I'll teach. So she used to come there early morning. So then I started teaching these Vedic suktams and all from that we learnt. So then at one place, I'm telling something and she's telling it wrong. So I said, no, not like that. Then I said it right. Like if there's some Hindi Bollywood film song like that. Savanika mahina pavana kare shur. Like that. Pavana kare sod. Have you heard? Are baba sod nahi shor. Like that. So like that I had to tell, no, it is not like that, it is like this. 20 times I said it right and 20 times she said it wrong. The 21st time I also said it wrong. By the time 21st time I also constantly hearing that wrong thing, I also said it wrong. But anyway, whether the person will say it wrong for 21 times or 100 times, One time I was teaching a man one mantra. You know how many times I had to teach him that same mantra for him to learn? 47 times. 47 times. Now see. Therefore Bhagavan is telling over and over. Bhuya, oh my, there Arjuna, again, Bhuyaha Pravakshyami. I'm going to tell what? Jnananam Jnanam Uttamam. Param Jnanam. The most esoteric, superior knowledge, which he called Rajavidya Rajaguhyam in 9th chapter. So like this, I'm going to tell you this supreme knowledge. Yajnatva munaya sarve param siddhimito gataha. That when the munis know this knowledge, those munis and itaha gataha have gone from here, they have gone to the supreme abode. They have gone to the supreme state. So that knowledge I am going to tell you. Idam jnanam upashritya mama sadharmyam agataha. Having taken recourse to this supreme knowledge, they have come to my state. So this supreme knowledge is for this. Please see. The supreme knowledge is not for becoming rich or becoming healthy or becoming educated or none of those things. Supreme knowledge is not meant for that. People without knowledge also could get those things. Idam jnanam upashritya mama sadharmyam agataha. Sarge pija, sarge api na upajayante pralaye na vyathanti cha. And such people who come to me, they are not born in this world anymore. Na upajayante. And also, while they are living also, and time to die, or time for the world to come to an end, or they are not perturbed by that. Who? Only those who take recourse to the supreme knowledge. But all other people, we are scared all the time. If any little thing happens, if you get a little illness, I wonder if I have COVID. I wonder if I'll die. And then we become scared about dying, and we become scared about so many other things associated with dying. So who will get the property? And who will get the bank account? And who will cremate me? And when I die, where I will go? All such people who don't acquire this supreme knowledge which Bhagavan is talking about suffer all sorts of sorrows in this world, one after the next. Mama yonir, no, so Bhagavan starts the knowledge now. Mama yonir mahat brahma tasmin garvam tathamyaham. That is like, okay, you put some flour here, now you take some water and you put into that flour. Now you mix, and you have to demonstrate and show and all that, isn't it? How much? Nowadays modern people, when they are cooking, they have a measurement. What? 1 cup of flour. And what is that? 1 liter of water. I don't know how much water you have to put for 1 cup of flour. But back in the day, we never learned any cooking like that. What we say? Put flour. Now put water. Right? That's how we learn to cook. But nowadays everything is, where is the recipe? This modern generation, I tell you, if technology goes, I don't know what will happen. Suppose you lost the cup. Now how you will measure? 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of water. You lost the cup. Modern generation have become, what is that? Intellectually and mentally dependent on so many external things that, and because we don't use there's a law in nature, what we don't use, we will lose. You know that. So because we don't use the intellectual capacity, the power of the intellect, and remember for this supreme knowledge which Bhagavan is talking about, the power of the intellect is absolutely important for the supreme knowledge. So when we don't use the intellect, now see, anything we have to calculate. No. Oh, and people who, see, in the old days, if you have to go to Georgetown, right? People used to know Georgetown by heart. Nowadays, no, I will know Georgetown by heart. I don't need to know Georgetown. I put the pin drop on Google Map, and Google, that lady will come and that lady comes on and she tells, make a right turn at the next intersection. like that. And if that lady shut down, well, this fellow lost like anything. So that is the total, what do you call, relinquishing of the intellect, and we give it over to somebody like that. So that type of what you call dependence is not good. But anyway, nowadays that is what has come to. You mix 1 cup of flour, 1/2 cup of water, or whatever, they'll give the measurements there. But anyway, here now Bhagavan is telling that is exactly. Now in the now he gives the science of the whole thing. Mama yonir mahad brahma. He says, I tasmin garbham dathami aham. I place the germ into Mahat Brahma, which is his Maya only. So, Paramatma and his Maya. So, he is placing the germ of manifestation into Maya. And from the two now, when the two come together, like when flour, see, water is wet here and flour is dry here, right? And they don't gel or anything. But when the two come together, now you get a whole new thing. Like how, oxygen is a gas and hydrogen is a gas, correct? Now you can't see any gas. Have you seen any gas? Look, there are so many gases in this atmosphere. You see any? We can't see gas. But now, when you take this gas and you mix this gas and you put H2O, 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen, both of which are invisible. Suddenly now you can see water. You can see water or not? It forms water and now you could see it. Now, this is all what you learn in school also. So, Maya you cannot see. Paramatma you cannot see. Bhagavan says, but when I come together with my Maya like that, now you can see this whole universe. His own Maya, he comes together. See, this is to be understood like this. Don't think that there's Bhagavan somewhere and Maya was there somewhere and Bhagavan went there. No. People imagine all sorts of things. Mama yonir mahat brahma tasmin garbham dadamyaham sambhavam sambhava sarvabhutanam tataha bhavati bharata. See, all beings now, sarvabhutanam, all beings come from this unification of Paramatma with his own Maya. That is to be understood like that. Huh? And the whole universe is born. Now, his Maya is what is going to be described now. Like for example, the water, now you say, put the water in the flour, right? But you have all different kind of flour, Nowadays, we have gluten-free flour. Gluten-free means devoid of gluten. I don't know if you know what is gluten. But all the white flour that we eat, there is something called gluten in that. And that is one of the biggest allergens known today in human beings. People are allergic to modern day flour. So now they take out the gluten. No gluten in that flour. So there's some type of flour you can buy now called gluten-free flour. One fellow went in the supermarket and he took up 1 can of orange juice and then 1 pound of sugar, and he came to the checkout and he paid for the orange juice and he walked out with the sugar. So the security guy, hey, where is that? What is that? Stop! You didn't pay for the sugar. He said, no, why should I pay for the sugar? On the orange juice can, it is written, sugar-free. What a silly fellow. He thought the orange juice can is sugar-free. But anyway, now you can make gluten-free. So there are different types of flour on this side, you see? So, not only that. See, flour will come with gluten, flour will come without gluten. Then we have cassava flour, coconut flour, any kind of flour you want nowadays, isn't it? And then based on this now, how much of this water you will have to put. So the water remains constant on this side, but water will be water. Constant. But this flour, so many different types. So here now, this changing part of Paramatma, which is called as Maya, is varied, variegated, and made up of so many parts and all. Bhagavan is going to tell about all of that now. Eh? Now let us see. This is number 4. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Sarvayonishu kaunteya Murtaya sabhavanti yaha
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Tasam brahma mahadyonihi Aham bija prada pita
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Sattvam rajastamam iti Guna prakriti sambhavaha
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Nibadhananti mahabaho Dehe dehi namavyayam
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Kanaya Lal ki jai Sarvayonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavanti yaha whatever is born in this world all things tasam brahma mahadyonihi aham bija prada pita my Maya is the womb and I am that which is placed in the womb as it were and make all things come into existence like that. Then the things which have come into existence, all of this which we see here, they are made up of the 5 elements and they are also made up of, or they are also governed by Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. So now let me explain to you what this Sattva, Rajas and Tamas is. Now see this microphone stand is here, right? This microphone stand is living or dead? This thing is dead, isn't it? It is inert. Now, it just sits here. And what it does? Nothing. It just sits there. So in this world, there are many, many things that you see like that. What is it? Just sitting there, doing nothing. Because it contains the quality of inertia. Inertia means, lethargy, deadness, like that kind of thing. Unmovingness. And it just sits there. This table. You put this microphone stand here, come back tomorrow, it is still there. So this is one type of thing which you see in the world. That thing remains like that because of a quality in the universe called as tamas. It is also associated with ignorance. It is also associated with darkness. It is also associated with lethargy, laziness, all that. We'll see just now. Right? So that's tamas. Now the second type of thing which we see in the universe is moving things. Like things, they never stop moving. Like common thing is river. Or you go by the ocean. Does it ever stop? Never stop. Restless like anything called rajas. Restless and rajas are synonymous almost. Rajas. Oceans, rivers, now. Many, many things in the universe. See your mind. All the time. Going like that. And most people can't sit quiet. It's okay. Sit quiet. Sthiramasana. Just sit like this. After 1 minute, oh. Can't sit? Then change position. Put this leg on this leg and this leg on this and put 2 legs on that side and 2 legs on that side and can't sit quiet. After 1 minute only. Or if that carpet, they pull out only fiber too. You better be careful. So, that is called rajas. Restlessness, action, activity, movement, all the time. So that is the other thing which you see in the universe. And see, this is fundamental to the universe. Both of them, fundamental. Because see the earth, hundreds of thousands of miles per hour it is. That's what they teach in school. You just see the science and the people who teach these things, they'll tell you. The earth is going at such speed is unimaginable to us. And light is coming at such a speed from the sun till here. 300,000 kilometers per second. 300,000 kilometers per second. Or meters, sorry. 10,000 meters per second. Look at his speed. So that kind of movement in the universe is just phenomenal. It's beyond our mind. That's called rajas. This activity. And in the universe also there is intelligence, there is neatness. In the universe there is also silence, there is stillness, there is all the other things behind the same universe. That thing is called as sattva. When our mind is quiet, mind is peaceful, that time the mind is taken over by sattva. When the mind is restless, that time is rajas. And when the mind is dull, that time it is tamas. You get it? So these three qualities govern the five elements also. Now you see, how many combinations you can have from these three. Just like I was telling you, the three colors, how many combinations of colors you can have? Infinite. And that is why all of us are different. We have imbibed these three qualities and cultivated them over many lifetimes, and therefore we end up in a certain way right where we are now, as we are now, like that, right? But anyway, Bhagavan says, Sattvam, Rajaha, Tamaha, Iti Gunaha, these three gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, Prakriti Sambhavaha, the three of them belong to Prakriti, Bhagavan's Maya. Prakriti is Bhagavan Maya. Then, Nibadhananti, they bind us. They bind us to this world. He Mahabahu, Dehinam Avyayam. This one who is actually by nature free and unchanging, he is bound. Paramatma is bound in this body by these three gunas. Now he is going to explain how these three gunas bind us. We are all bound to this world, bound to the cycle of birth and death, bound to sorrow, bound to disease, bound to death, bound to all the vagaries of samsaric existence. He is going to tell how these three gunas bind. See this now. This is number 6. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Tatra Sattvam Nirmalatvat Prakashaka Manamayam,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Sukha Sangena Badhanati, Jnana Sangena Chanagha,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Rajo Ragatmakam Vedhi, Krishna Sanga Samudbhavam,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Tannibadhnati Kaunteya Karma Sangena Dehinam,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Tamastvajnanajam Vidhi Mohanam Sarvadehina,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Pramada निर्मलस्य नेत्राभिः तन्निबध्नाति भारत
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम।
कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय। तत्र सत्वं निर्मलत्वात् prakashakamanayam. This sattva is of the nature also of purity. If the mind is pure, we say that mind is sattvic, like that. And if the mind is bright and awake, and say aware, this is you have to try to cultivate all the time. This is such a great quality in spirituality. What is awareness? This is one of the biggest problems for the whole species, all of humanity. Awareness is a very, very big problem. We are not aware, no? It's a simple thing. Like, for example, if I eat this type of food, I'm not aware how it affects my mind, how it affects my body, how it affects my thinking, how it affects my sleep. People come and tell, Swamiji, whole night I can't sleep. So you have to spend your life now thinking, oh, what I ate today. And go on experimenting. See, yesterday I ate something else, I slept better. Today I ate this thing, I didn't sleep well. We are not very aware that one of the peculiar thing about human being, not aware. So the one whose mind is sattvic is very, very much aware. The nature of sattva promotes awareness or consciousness, prakasha, light of intelligence and knowledge and all such things. And how does sattva bind? Well, sattva binds like this now. Sukha sangena badnati, jnana sangena chanakha. My dear Arjuna is called as anagha. Anagha means one who is nishpapi, means nishpapa means one who is doesn't do any pap. Arjuna was a very pure soul. Papa means, rough translation in English, sin. But you try to use the word papa because in English that translation is really bad. But he is like that, anagha. But how this sattva binds now? Like this. Sattva also promotes in the mind happiness, joy. And what it does, when that person experiences this happiness because of sattva. Now let me just ask you something. See, if you go and you eat one type of ice cream, right? And out of 10 units of happiness like this, right? You eat that ice cream and you only get 1 unit of happiness out of that 10. You will go back for that ice cream? No, who will go back? But if you eat that ice cream and you get 8 units of happiness, 8 out of 10, then tomorrow you're going back for that ice cream, correct or not? And anytime you pass there, you tell, stop. And those people smart also, They put a drive-through right there. So the car just kind of pull inside the drive-through, So anyway, once we get joy from anything in this world, that joy is experienced only because of sattva. A person who has too much of rajas and too much of tamas, he really cannot experience joy. But the person who has a lot of sattva, he experiences joy from any and everything. And then, what happens? He gets attached to that joy, and then he forgets Paramatma. He forgets the Lord. He now thinks, last time I got that. Associates the joy with an object. But that joy came from ice cream, That joy came from KFC. So I will go back for that thing. That joy he associates with some object. Until he gets knowledge to associate that joy with Paramatma, with his own self, his own Atma inside. Until he gets the knowledge to associate that joy with that, he associates that joy with the object outside. And he goes on running after that object. So, like this, sattva causes bondage by sukha. Then, jnana sangena. This is also more dangerous now. Yesterday I was telling, see, Everything in the world is changing, right? This is the nature of sansar, nature of jagat. Jagat is, everything is changing, right? So by the time you finish knowing that thing, it has changed. Because if the law is everything is changing, by the time you really figure that thing out, it has already changed. And I told you this is there in science also. This is called the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, which science long ago accepted, long time. That you really cannot figure out anything exactly. Because if you're going to measure any one aspect of the thing, while once you get that one clear, the other one becomes unclear, the other aspect of the thing. So you really can't figure it out. So now, everything is changing, and you're trying to figure out, trying to get knowledge of this thing. Oh. But the one who is trying to get knowledge, he is also changing. Because he's part of the whole Prakriti also or not? He's part of this whole universe or not? And the rule of the universe is that everything is changing. That is why by the time you... Let me just give you a simple example. You're looking for something in your house, right? You're looking for something in the house, and then the phone rings, and you pick up. Hello. You go on there, yap, the whole thing go finish. After that, now you hang up. Now you forget what you were looking for. You forget what I wonder what I was looking for. Because the one who was searching, he also changed now. Part of the mind. Part of the mind gone. Part of the memory gone. Something gone. Part of the clarity gone. When he started the search, he had clarity. By the time he finished the search, part of the clarity gone. Based on these things, right, we should make sure that we do not become bound by knowledge also, because knowledge, see, there are so many people, they take so much of knowledge in their head and they become proud of that knowledge also. I know this and I know that and I know the other thing, and that fellow, he doesn't know. One Pandit Ji, Baba Ji, he had known Sanskrit and he had known Ramcharitmanas and he had known Gita and he had known all these scriptures and he had known everything, right? So one day he crossed in a boat, and the boatman, in those days, the boatman had to row the boat like this, row. So the Pandit Ji asking the boatman now, he said, you know Sanskrit? The boatman said, no, Babaji, I don't know any Sanskrit, He said, well, quarter of your life gone. Quarter of your life wasted because you did not learn Sanskrit. Are you know any Ramcharitmanas Ramayana? He said, no, Babaji, I don't know any Ramayana. So he said, well, another quarter gone. Another quarter of your life gone. He said, you know any one mantra even? No, Babaji, I don't know any mantra and all. Well, 3/4 of your life gone. So that time, the river in which they were going, the water rise suddenly, and a whirlpool formed like that now. Whirlpool, and the boat started spinning. And there was apparent danger there now. So the boatman asking the Pandit Ji now, he said, Babaji, you know swimming? He said, no, beta, I don't know swimming. He said, well, now your whole life gone. Because now in this whirlpool, the only thing that can help you is a little bit of swimming. Now what you'll do? All your Sanskrit and all that can do nothing. You tell the water, Om Bhur Bhuva Swatat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodyate. You'll tell the water and it'll save you or what? Nothing will happen. So actually this story is given by the rishis and by the pandits and all. This story is given to show how people become proud of knowledge. So when we get knowledge by sattva also, knowledge is acquired by sattva only. Only because sattva is there, I can acquire the knowledge and retain and regurgitate and all of that because of sattva. But then what happened? I get proud of my knowledge and I know more and I know better than that fellow and this and that, all that kind of thing. Then Raja. Now how does Rajas bind? Rajo ragatmakam vidhi. Rajas is rag. Understand Rajas to be rag. Rag means what? Attachment. Attachment means I can't do without this, I can't do without that, I can't do without that. That's called a rajas, rag. And then Trishna Sanga Samudbhavan. It is born from Trishna, craving, longing, and attachment. Tannibadnati kaunteya karma sangena dehinam. It binds by karma. Means to say, look, if I see something in the store there, right, and I have deep attachment for that thing and desire for that thing, and now I'll get into action or not. Well, if I desire the thing, I will get into action. I will see it costs $5,000. I will see now how to get the $5,000. I will try this thing, try that thing, try the other thing, try so many things and work on my mind and calculate and do the mathematics and say I pinch a few dollars here and a few dollars there, and a whole big calculation goes on in the head. And then I spring into mental action and also spring into physical action. I go and work there and do 2 days a job there and that type of job there and sell this and do all sorts of things. Sell one object to buy another object. All is action. How? Because I had some rag, some attachment for that, some like attachment for that object like that. So it binds and is. And then when we get 1, we want 2. And when we get 2, we want 4. And that goes on and on and on, and there is no end. So this rajas binds like this. Rajas is what causes all of this. Rajas. And the last one is tamas, tvajnanajam vidhi. Tamas is born from ajnan. Ajnan means ignorance. Mohanam sarvadehinam. It deludes all of us. And what it causes? Well, this is the favorite of all people now, tamas. All people like pramada, alasya, nidra, bhihi, tannibadhnati, bharata. Means pramada and alasya. Alasya is the easy one, laziness. See, let me tell you. This is the most common guna of human beings, jivas. Look here. Right now, you cook your own food, right? See, you cook your own food, you clean your own house, you do your own work in your job, you go there and do your job and all that, right? Now, suppose you can get a genie. You know what is a genie? A genie is the fellow who has come out from the lamp, right? Suppose you could get a genie to do everything for you, and all you have to do is lie down in the hammock. One free genie for everybody. And the genie will do everything. You have to do nothing. People will like or not. The genie will go to work also. You stay home. The genie will go and work for you. Yeah. So, if your boss tells you, another way to see that, if your boss tells you, look here, from tomorrow, you don't come to work. I will send your paycheck in any case. You will get your paycheck every month. Don't come to work. You don't need to come to work from now on. Stay home. Anybody will go? Nobody will go. This proves that this fellow, by nature, is lazy. He doesn't want to do anything. Because if the genie could do it, why he'll do it? If the boss will send the paycheck without me doing anything, why I will go there? If you could get somebody to cook your food and bring it for you on the table, you will love. Somebody will mop your floor, wash your clothes and do everything. That's called alasya. So tamas binds like this because everybody falls prey to laziness now, which is born from tamas. You see? And nidra. Nidra means sleep. One fellow came to work late. So the boss asked him, what happened? How you came late? He said, boss, I overslept. I overslept. The boss said, what? You sleep at home also? This whole day in the work you're sleeping. So you sleep at home? And the boss was surprised also. This fellow sleeping at the work, sleeping at home, sleeping everywhere. So tamas causes this. Sleep, sleep, sleep. In the satsang also, some people can't sleep. You know what the rishis say? If you go in satsang and you sleep, in your next life you will be born a snake. In satsang, if you sleep, in the next life you will be born a snake. And if somebody is sleeping next to you, right, and you don't wake them up, you, the one who doesn't wake him up, this fellow will be born as a snake charmer. You know the fellow who blows that little flute, thing like that? The one who is sleeping, he will be born the snake. And the one who didn't wake him up, he will be born the snake chama, like that. So this is called alasya, nidra, sleep. And the first one which is given is pramad. Pramad means heedlessness. In Hindi there is a word, laparwah. I don't know if you know this word, but I used to hear this word a long ago. Laparwah means careless, irresponsible. And let me tell you the current word or the common word in Trinidad, and I think it might be there in Guyana also. Same word. I don't know if it's there in Guyana. You'll tell me. Dokedam. Aha! You see, everybody knows this word. That is called as pramad. So, tamas causes this. And if I fall prey, if I allow the tamas to take over my mind, and I'm given to these things, then I'll be bound to this cycle of birth and death forever. You see? Bhagavan concludes in one more. Yes, I have time. Bhagavan concludes this topic or this section by giving a summary. See now number 9. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Sattvam sukhe sanjayati, raja karmani bharata.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Jnanamavritya tu tamaha, pramade sanjayatyuta.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Kanaya Lal ki jai. Whatever Bhagavan told just now in 3 verses, now he sums it up in this just 1 verse. What is that? Sukham, Sattvam, Sukhe, Sanjayati. That the person becomes attached to this world because of Sukha. He get a little bit happiness in this thing. He go in Trinidad only one time and he eat doubles, and then he come back here and he open a double stand and whole day eating doubles. Or whatever. One time he get some sukha like that from something, and then he becomes attached to that sukha and he runs after that thing over and over and over. Because of sattva only he was able to experience that sukha. That is the idea. Raja karmani bharata. And rajas causes him to get in a string of frenzied activities for which there is no end. You all were not there when we were talking about this thing on East Coast, but that time the topic of karma yoga and karma phala and bondage of karma bandhana, all that topic had come up there. You see, when I do a karma, that karma has a result, right? And when in one lifetime I do trillions and trillions of karmas, all those trillions of karma will have trillions of results, correct? And when a person does a karma, the result can only go to that person. It cannot go to another person, because so you sow, so shall you reap. It doesn't say so you sow, so shall I reap. So I do trillions of karmas in one lifetime, and then I have to reap trillions and trillions of results. And then what? That causes me to take birth after birth to reap all those results. That's called karma bandhana. So now this rajas is what causes this all is karma. Karma. So in this changing universe, this rajas is part of the changing universe and part of me. And when I'm given over to rajas, taken over by rajas, I find myself in frenzied, limitless actions, and I cause my bondage life after life after life, because I have to come here to reap results only. Jnanamavritya tu tamaha. pramade sanjayatyuta. And this ajnan covering jnana, tama, ajnan, which is here called tamas, covering up my knowledge in my mind, causes me all the time to get stuck in pramad, carelessness, heedlessness, inadvertence, irresponsibility, all such things. And heedlessness means, it is a nice word also, it means to say that I am totally not aware, and not only that, and I'm not aware, I don't care, I don't care damn, I don't give a damn, like that, all kind of thing like that. This is all tamas. And then lazy, sleepy, not fulfilling my responsibilities all the time, basking in ignorance only and not having a desire to come out of that ignorance. This thing is called as pramad. So now Bhagavan says, from verse number 10 onwards, he gives now how we will come out of this sattva, rajas and tamas. This is given in other places also in the scriptures. Rajas tamaha cha vibhuyaha sattvam bhavati bharata, means how one takes over the other one and how we can come out and all that kind of thing we'll see tomorrow. Okay? Alright. Tomorrow now we will be in Sri Sukadev Ji Ashram, Pomeroon. We had been there last time. Sri Sukadev Ji Ashram in Pomeroon, up the river at 9:30 a.m. Down the river, 9:30 a.m. Okay. A very special thank you to all the people here of the Adventure Mandir. It is Ram Navami time, and this is a very sacred time which is going on. We are very lucky to be in your temple. Okay. This 108 nights concludes on the 3rd of May at 5 p.m. at the Gandhi Youth Cricket Ground in Georgetown. So what is that? 3rd May, 5 p.m. Gandhi Youth. If you have the time, please come. It's going to be a huge program. A lot of people are invited, and we'll be providing dinner and everything for everybody. Those things, if you're thinking of coming on that side and you need a place to stay, you can stay at the ashram in Manripo there and come back the next day or whatever. Or you can stay with relatives. I'm sure all of you will have some relatives on that side, and people from that side will have some relatives here and all that. I have witnessed that. There's so many people I met on that side. I'm from Essequibo, So there's a lot of movement in Guyana. So you can find relatives to stay. Okay. A lot of things are taught at the ashram. 2 teachers are here who was previously posted in Canada. Now they are posted in Guyana permanently. Devji and Jinaji have been working in the mission for 10 years, teaching in Toronto, and now they are teaching in Guyana. So please see how many things you can learn from them. They are highly qualified teachers to disseminate this Sanatan Dharma knowledge. And they are teaching Sanskrit and Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads and so many things at the ashram. Meet them now and find out how you can learn from them. Okay? I'm traveling everywhere, so I cannot be in Guyana, but you have permanent teachers posted here. Even in Trinidad, I am not there. I'm 9 out of the 12 months I am not in Trinidad. So I'm just going everywhere, but you are lucky to have somebody who is here posted for you to teach you. So please take advantage of all the teaching. Those of you who want to study, and there might be people who are interested in studying this type of knowledge, or you might know people who are interested in studying this type of knowledge, you have to be 30 years and under, you have to have a university degree, and you have to be unmarried. 3 qualifications are there. The next course is starting on the 2nd of October. 2nd of October at the ashram in Trinidad. One course is going on in our Mumbai ashram right now, but the next one is starting on the 2nd of October in the Trinidad ashram. It's a 2-year course, and for people who qualify, who have this qualification, and they are selected, the course is free. There's an interview and all of that on it. And once you're selected, that course is free. Okay. And it's a very, very demanding course. You just don't accept anybody like that. That 2 years, classes are every single day with no holidays. And classes go from 5:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day with no holidays. So, this is what is required in Chinmay Mission to become a teacher, to go out and teach. Okay. So, next batch is starting on the 2nd of October this year. You can tell others also. Pass the word around. There's an application form online. You will have to go online, Chinmay Mission Trinidad, and see to fill out the form. All right. I think that's it. We'll have Arti, Bhagavad Gita Arti, and we'll conclude. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita, Maya Jai Bhagavad Gita, Harihi Kamala Viharini, Harihi Kamala Viharini, Sundar Supunite. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita.
Jai Bhagavad Gita, Maya Jai Bhagavad Gita, Harihi Kamala Viharini, Harihi Kamala Viharini, Sundar Supunite. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita.
Karma Sumarma Prakashin, Kama Sakti Hara,
Maya Kama Sakti Hara,
Tattva Jnana Vikashini,
Tattva Jnana Vikashini,
Vidya Brahma Para.
Om Jai Bhagavad Gita.
Nishala Bhakti Vidhayin, Nirmala Malahari,
Maya Nirmala Malahari,
Charana Rahasya Pradayini,
Sharana Rahasya Pradayini,
Sabvidhi Sukhakari.
Om Jai Bhagavad Gita.
Raga Dvesha Vidarin, Harini Moda Sada,
Maya Karini Moda Sada,
Bhava Bhaya Harini Tarini,
Bhava Bhaya Harini Tarini,
Paramananda Prada.
Om Jai Bhagavad Gita.
Asura Bhava Vinashin, Nashini Tamarajani,
Maya Nashini Tamarajani,
Devi Sadgunadayini,
Devi Sadgunadayini,
Hari Rasika Sajani,
Om Jai Bhagavad Gita.
Samata Tyag Sikhavan, Hari Mukh Ki Bani,
Maya Hari Mukha Ki Bani,
Sakal Shastra Ki Swamini,
Sakala Shastra Ki Swamini,
Shrutiyo Ki Rani,
Om Jai Bhagavad Gita.
Daya Sudha Varsavan, Matu Kripa Ki Jai,
Maya Matu Kripa Ki Jai,
Haripad Prem Dan Kar,
Hari Pada Prema Dan Kar,
Apno Kar Lijai.
Om Jai Bhagavad Gita. Jai Bhagavad Gita, Maya Jai Bhagavad Gita. Harihi Kamala Viharini, Harihi Kamala Viharini, Sundar Supunite. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita.
Om Jai Bhagavad Gita.
Om Jai Bhagavad Gita.
Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu, Mangalam Garuradvaja, Mangalam Pundarikaksham, Mangalayatano Harihi. Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhush Chasakha Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam मम देव देव। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। नमः पार्वती पदे हर हर महादेव। ओम तत्सत। Please all sit.